Hi. I felt so called to make a video. I didn't even shower or do my hair or anything. I just felt inspired while it was coming up to run to the camera and talk about something that I think is so important. And that's being pro something versus being anti something. Now, I know we've heard this in a general sense, like think of the positive, and that's not even how I mean it. I see so many people out there who think it's their job to call bullshit on something or to point out why something is wrong or whatever. And when we are mad about something, when we're triggered about something, we don't understand that that thing we're triggered about only exists inside of us. So we're actually at war with ourselves. For instance, if you think about something that really pisses you off, you can close your eyes and think about it. And even though that thing's not physically in front of you, you can think about it and get mad. So what that implies is that the thing you're mad at is inside of you, right? So for instance, if you're against a politician, let's say you're against Trump, and if you close your eyes and think, oh, Trump, how could he do that? You're actually creating a war with yourself. He's not here. So when you think about something that makes you mad, you're actually at war with yourself. So when people come out and become anti something, look, I'm going to call out this thing. I'm going to point out why this is bullshit. Then you're against yourself. You're not against that thing. You're at war with yourself. Now, I know that there can be injustices in the world, and should we stand up and fight it? Totally, but I want to just offer a new level of consciousness. I want to offer something that's even cooler. I want to offer something that says, I'm going to actually, instead of be at war with what is, create a new energy of the world that I want to create. You see, if we brought a new level of love into the world that was bigger than the lack of love that existed in the other thing that you think that you're against, then you actually create a new bar of possibility. You can create a new level of forgiveness. You can create a new level of being. You can create a new level of possibility, and you're closer to how the universe actually works. See, if you look at the universe and trees and anything else, there aren't sides. There's no sides to how, a flower blooms. It doesn't go, I'm this and you're this. In fact, in being in a side, and you're already saying you're anti the other side, and if you really get into your body, you can at least have an understanding of what causes every person to do everything they did. Like, it doesn't matter who it is. If you really, really go deeper and deeper and deeper, you can understand in you what causes people to have rage and become whatever you perceive as shitty people, what causes people to become that. And the number one thing that those people actually need is to see love, because they're working from the highest consciousness they understand. And we have an opportunity to love every part of us that we're usually triggered by. Like, if you're triggered by someone outside of you, you're saying that thing owns me. And you have an opportunity with meditation and self-connection to love every single part of you. So the avatars of the different politicians that you hate, or what you feel about your parents or whatever, you can actually find them inside of you and bring love to them. You can actually bring a space of love to them. That doesn't mean you're okay with their behavior. That means you're bringing a new level of forgiveness to them. So when you see someone who's anti something, know that they're actually owned by themselves. They're owned, they're triggered, and people are in a war with what is, and that's what actually is causing insanity. See, we need people who are bringing love to what is. We need people who are connecting to their soul and understanding how to self-forgive, how to forgive others, how to release, and how to move forward on a new vibration. When you do, life will move so magically for you because you're not at war with yourself via the illusion that you're at war with something outside of you. There is no war with anything outside of you. It's just you fighting yourself, arguing with someone else who's also fighting themselves. The number one thing everybody wants to feel is heard and loved. And we have the possibility of bringing a whole new consciousness to the world that learns to love and forgive yourself and bring that into the world. If you do that, people will suddenly feel that love inside of themselves, and then they might forgive themselves. They might let go. They might actually see inside of themselves the parts where they didn't love themselves, and that might have been what caused them to do the bad things, the violent things, the things that you were triggered by in the first place. So if you want to actually shift something, you have to bring a level of love to yourself that you've never experienced. And you can do it through listening to silence. You can do it through self-forgiveness. You can do it through letting go of the things in your life that don't align with you. You can do it through leaping towards or creating things that call to you. But don't spend too much time being against something, being mad about something, being against what is. You're just in an argument with yourself, and you're preventing the evolution of your soul. So if you allow things to be what they are and trust that you, by connecting to yourself, can bring a whole new bar and actually create change on the planet, then you will shift the world. But if you're anti something that you think is anti something else, you're just keeping the war going, and you're strengthening what you don't like about them. You're creating your war identity, and the people that you don't like, they're having to create a war identity to fight back what you're creating. Remember, resistance can't work nearly as powerfully as love can. Love, you in a place of love, I'm telling you, is so much bigger than resistance. I don't mean love like you're accepting the bad behavior. I mean a new level of love. That's what's needed on our planet. And if you allow yourself to listen to your heart every day for an hour or so, you'll find that it just loves every part of you. It loves a part of you that you don't like. It loves all the stuff that you're mad about. It loves, and it brings love in. And then you can bring a new level of love, and you won't believe how the new consciousness that you create will create a world that mirrors that consciousness. If you want to shift the world, shift yourself. It's the only way it's going to work.